I'm turning 85 today. 85 years on this earth. 85 birthdays. You'd think by now nothing could shock me anymore. You'd be wrong. I'm standing in the hallway of my own Brooklyn brownstone, the one I bought with my late husband in 1972 for $42.00, the one we raised our son in, the one I scrubbed and painted and loved for over 50 years, and I hear my daughter-in-law's voice drift through the half open kitchen door. Let's be honest, Liam. She won't make it to 86. And when she's gone, this house is finally ours. I freeze. My hand is still on the banister. I was coming down for my own birthday dinner. I'm wearing the blue dress my grandson Billy picked out for me last month. He said it made my eyes look like the ocean. I even put on lipstick. Coral sunset, the same shade I wore on my wedding day. The candles on my untouched birthday cake flicker in the dining room behind me. 85 of them. I can see them from where I'm standing, frozen like a statue in my own hallway. My daughter-in-law Rebecca keeps talking. She's already forgetting things. Last week she asked me twice what day it was. And did you see her at the bottom of the stairs yesterday? She was confused, Liam. Confused. My son. My son. The boy I carried for 9 months, the boy I walked to school every single day for 6 years, because he was afraid of the crossing guard on Flatbush Avenue, the boy whose college tuition I paid by working double shifts at Mount Sinai for 4 straight years. He says nothing. Nothing. The silence is worse than if he'd agreed with her. My stomach drops to the floor. My chest feels tight. I can't breathe right. I suddenly understand things I'd been too trusting to see before. Why they planned my birthday dinner without asking what I wanted. Why the guest list doesn't include any of my friends, not Margaret from my book club, not Susan from Temple, not even my cousin Diane, who lives 20 minutes away in Park Slope. Why my bedroom door was locked from the outside 2 nights ago when I tried to leave for a glass of water at 2 a.m. Rebecca said it was an accident. Said the lock was old and sticky. Why my medication organizer was mysteriously rearranged last week pills in different slots, different times. When I mentioned it, Rebecca just smiled and said, "You must have done it yourself, Justine." You know how you get sometimes. How I get. I'm sharper than I've been in years. I do the Sunday crossword and pen. I manage my own investment portfolio, the one Marcus left me, the one that's worth $1.2 million. The one that's in my name. The one they want.
Rebecca's voice again, quieter now, almost tender. We've been patient, baby.
We've been so patient. But Billy needs his own room. We need space. We need to finally start our lives. Our real lives. I hear my son exhale. A long, tired sound. Then I know. 2 words. That's all it takes to shatter a mother's heart. I know. The betrayal hits me so hard the room tilts. I reach for the wall to steady myself. My fingers brush against the family photos, Liam's bar, mitzvah, Liam's college graduation, Liam's wedding day. My beautiful boy. My only boy. What are they planning? I think about the pills. The accidents. The sudden interest in my will last month, Rebecca asking casual questions about estate planning and making things easier for everyone later. I think about my sister Dorothy, who died in a nursing home in 2019, how she called me 3 weeks before she passed and whispered, "Justine, I'm not safe here." How I didn't believe her. How I thought she was confused, paranoid, slipping into dementia. How I was wrong. I hear footsteps.
Rebecca's heels clicking on the hardwood floor, coming toward the hallway.
Toward me.
I move fast, faster than an 85-year-old woman should move, and slip into the powder room under the stairs.
I close the door silently. My heart is hammering. My hands are shaking. I look at myself in the mirror. My face is pale. My coral lipstick suddenly looks garish, like I'm a child playing dress-up. Like I'm pretending to be someone who still matters.
Someone who's still wanted.
Someone who's still alive. I hear Rebecca pass by the powder room humming something. Humming. Like she didn't just discuss my death like it's an upcoming vacation. The birthday candles are still burning in the dining room. 85 of them. She doesn't think I'll make it to 86. I stare at my reflection, at the woman I've become. Small, convenient, forgettable, in their way.
Something cold settles in my chest.
Not panic. Not fear. Clarity.
I straighten my shoulders.
I smooth down my blue dress. I reapply my coral sunset lipstick with a steady hand. Then I open the powder room door and walk toward my birthday dinner. They're waiting for me in the dining room. Rebecca's smile is bright and warm. Liam won't meet my eyes. Billy runs up and hugs my waist, shouting, "Happy birthday, Grandma." I smile. I hug him back. I sit down at the head of the table, my table, and I let them sing to me. And I blow out the candles. I make a wish. Not the wish they're expecting. Not even close. The smell of coffee brings it all back. I'm sitting at my kitchen table the morning after my birthday, watching the sun come up over the brownstone across the street, and suddenly I'm 29 years old again.
Standing in this same kitchen.
Holding a mug of instant Folgers because that's all we could afford. Staring at the empty chair where Marcus used to sit. The police came to my door on a Tuesday, March 14 to 1967. Your husband, Mrs. Brennan. Subway accident.
Track malfunction at Union Square.
He didn't suffer. Liam was 4 years old. I had $247 in our checking account and a mortgage payment due in 6 days. I remember thinking, I can do this. I have to do this. So I did. I took a job as a night shift cleaner at Bellevue Hospital. 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., 5 nights a week. Sometimes 6 when they needed extra hands. I'd come home, get Liam ready for school, walk him to PS 321 sleep for 3 hours, pick him up, make dinner, help with homework, put him to bed, and then put on my uniform and do it all over again. 40 years. I mopped floors while doctors saved lives 3 rooms over. I scrubbed toilets in the oncology wing and listened to families cry through the walls. I cleaned blood off gurneys and vomit off tile, and I never, not once, missed a shift. Because Liam needed new shoes. Because Liam wanted to join the baseball team. Because Liam deserved a good college, a real future, a life better than the one I could give him with just my hands and my heart. I put every spare dollar into his education. Every single one. Hunter College, full tuition. I worked overtime to cover his books, his meal plan, his spring break trip to Florida with his friends because I didn't want him to feel left out. I never dated, never traveled, never bought myself anything that wasn't on sale. This brownstone, this house they're sitting in right now, planning my exit from I bought it in 1972 for $42.00. It took me 8 years to save the down payment. 8 years of double shifts and skipped meals and wearing the same winter coat until the lining fell out. This house is my life's entire legacy, and I gave it to them freely, lovingly. When Liam called me 6 years ago, voice tight with shame, telling me he and Rebecca had lost their apartment in Williamsburg rent hike they couldn't afford, I didn't hesitate. "Come home," I said. "Stay as long as you need." Temporarily, they said, just until we get back on our feet. 6 years. I covered their credit card debt quietly. $8. 0. Didn't tell anyone. Didn't want Liam to feel small. When they couldn't conceive, when Rebecca cried at my kitchen table and begged for help with IVF treatments their insurance wouldn't cover, I wrote the check. $15. Zero.
I took it out of the fund Marcus left me, the one I'd been saving for emergencies.
This is an emergency, Rebecca said, squeezing my hand. We want to give you a grandchild, Justine. We want to make you happy. And when Billy was born, when Billy was born, I thought my heart would explode with joy. I cooked for them, cleaned for them, did their laundry every Sunday, folding Rebecca's delicates carefully the way she liked. I watched Billy 3 days a week so Rebecca could focus on herself. Picked him up from pre-K, made him snacks, read him stories. I never complained. Not when they stopped saying thank you. Not when Rebecca started sighing when I asked simple questions. Not when Liam stopped kissing me hello. I thought this is what family does. You give. You sacrifice. You love. If you've ever given everything to someone who later turned away, you'll understand this part. You'll know the specific pain of watching your devotion turn invisible. Of becoming furniture in your own home. Thank you to everyone who helps keep these stories alive. Every word you share, every act of kindness helps protect those who still believe in family, who still believe love matters. But here's the thing I didn't see until last night. The more I gave, the less they respected me. Every sacrifice I made became evidence of my weakness. Every act of love became proof they could take more. Last month, Rebecca asked about my will. Casual. Over coffee. You've got everything organized right, Justine, for when the time comes. It's important to make things easy. For Liam. For Billy. I told her my lawyer had everything handled. She smiled, patted my hand. Good, she said. That's good. Now, sitting here in the early morning light, I understand what that smile meant. She's not waiting for my time to come. She's planning it. I find the envelope on a Thursday afternoon. Rebecca and Liam are out some appointment in Manhattan, they said. Billy's at school. The house is quiet, except for the radiator hissing in the corner and my own heartbeat, which hasn't felt normal since my birthday 3 days ago. I'm not snooping. Not really. I'm looking for stamps in Liam's desk drawer, the one in the study that used to be Marcus's office, the room where we used to do our taxes together every April, where he proposed to me on a Tuesday night in 1962 because he couldn't wait for someplace fancy. The drawer sticks. I pull harder, and that's when I see it.
A manila envelope.
Unmarked. Tucked under a stack of old Con Edison bills. My hands are shaking as I open it. The first document is a letterhead from Coleman and Associates Attorneys at Law. Dated October 18th. Last month. Recognitive decline assessment and guardianship application for Justine Marie Brennan. The words swim in front of my eyes. Cognitive decline. Guardianship. I read faster. My breath comes in short, sharp gasps. Client reports significant memory impairment, confusion regarding dates and medications, inability to manage financial affairs independently.
Recommendation for immediate assessment of mental capacity.
I flip to the next page. It's a letter. On medical letterhead. Dr. Sandra Patel, neurologist. Except I've never met a Dr. Sandra Patel in my life. The letter states that I've been experiencing progressive dementia symptoms for the past 8 months. That I'm a danger to myself. That I require full financial and medical guardianship. My signature is at the bottom. It's not my signature. It's close. But the EG in Justine slants the wrong way. I've signed my name the same way for 67 years. I know the shape of it like I know my own face. They forged it. My son forged my signature. I flip through the rest, page after page. Legal documents. Financial forms. A petition to the court requesting emergency guardianship over my assets, my property, my life. And then, at the bottom of the stack, a real estate listing. My brownstone. 3-bedroom historic brownstone park slope. Original details. $2.40 M.
Status pending sale.
Pending. They're selling my house. The house I bought with my own hands, my own sweat, my own 40 years of mopping hospital floors at midnight. The room tilts. I grip the edge of the desk. My chest feels like it's caving in. I hear Marcus's voice in my head the way he sounded the day we closed on this place. This is ours, Justy. Nobody can take this from us. But he's gone. And our son, our beautiful boy, is taking it anyway. I don't know how long I stand there. Minutes. Hours.
The light changes outside the window.
Afternoon slides into evening. I hear the front door open. Voices. Laughter. Rebecca's heels on the hardwood. I slip the papers back into the envelope. Close the drawer. Walk out of the study on legs that don't feel like mine. That night, they host a small dinner. Just a few friends, Rebecca said. People I don't know. Couples from Liam's work, someone's sister visiting from Boston. I sit in the living room, not invited to the table. I can hear everything. Rebecca's voice rises above the others, bright and performative. We're just trying to be prepared. You know, Justine's had such a full life, but realistically, this is probably her last real year. Someone murmurs something sympathetic. Rebecca laughs. It's a light sound. Almost pretty. We're getting everything in order now. Power of attorney, the estate, all of it. It's actually a blessing. She won't have to worry about anything complicated. We'll handle it all. A man's voice that's really admirable. Taking care of family like that. Well, Rebecca says. And I can hear the smile in her voice. It's what you do, right? 10 feet from the dining room.
Watching through the doorway as my daughter-in-law raises her wine glass.
To family, she says. Everyone drinks. No one looks for me. If you've ever trusted someone so deeply that their betrayal made you question your own worth, you're not alone. You're not crazy. You're not weak. Thank you, everyone who helps me tell these stories.
Your support keeps this space alive for those who still believe that truth somehow will always find its way.
I turn away from the dining room. I walk upstairs. I lock my bedroom door from the inside. And in the silence of my own room, the room where I rocked Liam to sleep when he had nightmares, where I sat by the window, waiting for him to come home, safe from dates and parties and college visits, I make a decision. They think I'm weak. They think I'm fading. They think I won't fight back. They're wrong. The house is so quiet now. Even the walls seem to avoid me. I eat alone. Not because I choose to, but because dinner happens without me. Rebecca sets the table for 3 now. Liam herself, Billy. My chair stays tucked and gathering dust in the corner like a piece of furniture they're planning to donate. Sometimes I hear them laughing from my bedroom. The clink of forks on plates. Billy telling a story about school. Normal family sounds that used to include me. I tried joining them once, 2 days after I found the papers. I came downstairs at 6:30, the usual time, stood in the doorway of the dining room. Rebecca looked up. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. Oh, Justine, we didn't want to wake you. You seemed so tired lately. There were only 3 place settings. Liam wouldn't look at me. I went back upstairs and ate crackers in my room. Now I sleep with the lights on. I don't know why. Maybe because darkness feels too final. Maybe because if I close my eyes in the dark, I might disappear completely and no one would notice until they needed my signature on something else. Every night, I hear them. Their bedroom is directly below mine. The old brownstone carries sound through the floorboards like whispers through paper walls. The appraisal came back at 2.6. If we move her into a facility by spring. Easier, once the paperwork clears. Billy's college fund.
I press my ear to the floor and listen to them plan my erasure.
Small things twist the knife deeper than the big ones. My birthday cake, the one with 85 candles that I never got to blow out, I found it 3 days later in the trash. Cut into neat slices. Eaten without me. Not even a piece saved. Billy used to come to my room every morning before school. We had a routine. I'd braid his sister's hair. No, wait. Billy's a boy. I'd help him pick out his shirt. Make him laugh. Tell him stories about his grandfather. Last week, he knocked on my door. I heard Rebecca's voice in the hallway. Billy, no. Grandma needs rest. Don't bother her. But I want to say hi. I said no. His footsteps retreated down the hall. I stood on the other side of the door with my hand on the knob, frozen. Unable to call out. Unable to claim even this a moment with my grandson. My friends stopped visiting. Margaret called twice.
I heard Rebecca answer the landline in the kitchen.
Oh, Margaret, that's so sweet of you, but Justine's really not up for visitors right now.
She gets confused when there's too much stimulation.
I'm sure you understand. She didn't ask me. She just decided. Susan from Temple sent a card. I never received it. I saw it later unopened in the recycling bin under potato peels and coffee grounds. I am a ghost in my own home. But ghosts see everything. I see Rebecca moving my medications. Switching bottles. I check them every night now, counting pills, comparing labels. My blood pressure medication was in the vitamin D bottle last week. The anticoagulant my doctor prescribed was missing 3 pills I know I didn't take. I see her reducing my portions at meals when she remembers to leave me a plate at all. Smaller servings. Older leftovers. The chicken that's been in the fridge too long, the soup that's starting to smell off. I see Liam avoid eye contact when we pass in the hallway. My own son. The boy I used to kiss goodnight. He looks at the floor, at his phone, at the wallpaper, anywhere but at me. As if I'm already gone. I spend hours sitting in the chair by my bedroom window watching the street below. Watching people live their lives. A couple walks by holding hands. A mother pushes a stroller. The mailman delivers letters to houses where people still matter. I count cracks in the ceiling, 14 in the corner above the closet, 23 over the bed. I wash the same coffee cup 3 times because I forget I already washed it. Or maybe I just need something to do with my hands. Something that feels like purpose. The silence is the worst part. Not the empty kind, the kind that presses down on your chest. The kind that echoes your own thoughts back at you until you start to doubt everything. Was I really that blind? Did I do this to myself? Am I the problem? If you've ever sat in a room so quiet it started to echo your thoughts, you'll understand this silence. The kind that makes you question if you were ever really loved, or if you just convinced yourself you were because the alternative was too painful. Thank you to those who help keep these stories alive. Your kindness helps give voice to people who've been forgotten, who sit alone in their pain, waiting to be seen again. It's Wednesday afternoon when it happens. The moment that breaks me. And somehow, the moment that finally wakes me up. It starts with a phone call I'm not supposed to hear. I'm in the upstairs hallway. Wednesday afternoon. Rebecca's in the kitchen, voice low but not low enough. Yeah, it's going perfectly. She doesn't suspect a thing. No, Tommy, relax. Nobody's gonna check your credentials. It's just a letter. Yes, you're getting paid. Half now, half when the house sells. Tommy, Rebecca's cousin. The one who graduated from Brooklyn College with a degree in marketing. Not medicine. I stand completely still, my hand on the banister, listening. The pharmacy thing worked great, she continues. I called pretending to be her, said she wanted her dosage reduced. They didn't even question it. I know.
We just need to keep her confused for a few more weeks.
Once the court appointment happens, we're golden. The line goes dead. I walk back to my room, close the door, sit on the edge of my bed, and I start digging. It takes me 2 days. 2 days of waiting until they leave. 2 days of searching drawers, filing cabinets, old emails on Liam's laptop that he leaves open in the study. I find everything. The doctor who wrote the dementia assessment letter, Dr. Sandra Patel, her license number, doesn't exist in the New York State database. I check. Twice. The notarized document, transferring power of attorney. I pull out my reading glasses and compare the signature to my checkbook, my old tax returns, my wedding certificate stored in the safe. The loops are wrong. The pressure is wrong. The slant is wrong. It's not my signature. They forged it. I find emails between Rebecca and a real estate agent client. Is elderly, won't be involved in sale process. Clean title. Expect listing by February. February. 3 months away. And then Thursday night I hear it. I'm standing outside their bedroom door. I don't even remember walking there. My body just moved, pulled by some terrible gravity.
Rebecca's voice drifts through the crack. Once she's declared impaired, we move her into Sunrise Senior Living in Bensonhurst.
It's $6 a month, but we won't be paying long term.
Sell the house, clear our debts, set up Billy's college fund.
Simple. Liam's voice quiet. You really think she won't fight it? It's a soft sound. Almost kind. She's 85, baby. Who's gonna believe her? I go back to my room. I don't cry. I don't shake. I sit in the chair by the window and watch the streetlights flicker on one by one down the block. And something shifts inside me. Not anger. Not grief. Clarity. They think I'm weak because I'm old. They think I'm helpless because I'm kind. They think silence means surrender. But I've been silent for weeks now. And silence is how you learn things. If you've ever found truth in the quiet moments after pain, you know what this part feels like. Thank you to everyone who supports these stories. Your kindness keeps hope alive for people still finding their voice after betrayal. I pull open my nightstand drawer. Inside is my address book, the one I've kept since 1981. Its worn pages yellowed, but every name is still there. I flip to the L's. Levine Ruth. Attorney. Estate law. Ruth was Marcus's lawyer. Helped us buy this house. Wrote our wills. Came to his funeral and held my hand while I cried. I haven't spoken to her in 6 years. I pick up the phone.
She answers on the 3rd ring.
Ruth, I say, my voice steady. It's Justine Brennan. I need your help. There's a pause. Then Justine. My God. I've been wondering about you. I know, I say. I'm sorry I disappeared. Don't apologize. Just tell me what you need. I take a breath. I need you to stop my son from stealing my life.
There comes a point when silence stops meaning defeat.
It becomes preparation. I sit in the living room Friday morning, the same chair where I used to read to Billy when he was small. Sunlight filters through the lace curtains Marcus's mother made in 1968. My coffee has gone cold in the cup beside me. I don't drink it. I just hold it, feeling the ceramic grow warm in my palms, then cool again. The house is quiet. Becca took Billy to school. Liam left for work without saying goodbye. Again, I am alone. But for the first time in weeks, alone doesn't feel like abandonment. It feels like focus. Ruth Levine arrives at 10 o'clock sharp. She's older now. We both are. But her eyes are still sharp behind her tortoiseshell glasses. She carries a leather briefcase that looks older than my couch and smells like serious business. We sit at my kitchen table, the same table where Rebecca planned my disappearance. "Tell me everything," Ruth says. So I do. I show her the forged documents. The fake medical letter from Dr. Sandra Patel, whose license doesn't exist. The guardianship petition with my signature that isn't mine. The real estate listing for my house status pending.
Ruth's jaw tightens with each page.
Jesus, Justine. I know. This is fraud. Multiple counts. Possibly elder abuse. I nod. My hands are steady now. What do I do? She pulls out a yellow legal pad and clicks her pen. First, we document everything. Every falsified claim, every unauthorized action. Do you have recordings? I think about the conversations I've overheard. Rebecca's phone call with Tommy. The bedroom planning session about assisted living. Not yet, I say, but I can get them. Ruth nods. Good. We'll also need bank statements showing any unauthorized withdrawals. Have they taken money small amounts? A few hundred here and there. They think I don't notice. We notice now. She writes something down. Next, we protect your assets. Immediately. She explains the plan, a revocable living trust with me as sole trustee and decision-maker. The brownstone my accounts, everything legally untouchable by anyone but me. They can't sell what they don't control, Ruth says. And right now, Justine, you're taking back control. Each keystroke at the bank that afternoon feels like cutting chains. I sit with Ruth at KeyBank on 7th Avenue and sign documents that put my life back in my own name.
The brownstone goes into the Justine M.
Brennan Revocable Trust. My investment accounts.
My savings.
Everything. The bank manager, a kind woman named Diane, watches with quiet approval. You're doing the right thing, Mrs. Brennan, she says softly. I almost cry. But I don't. I just sign my name, my real signature with the proper slant on the J, and feel something inside me stand up straight for the first time in months. That weekend, while they're out at Billy's soccer game, I make another call. A security company on Atlantic Avenue. I explain what I need. Monday morning, a technician arrives. He's young, professional, discreet. He installs 3 small cameras, one in the kitchen facing the medication cabinet, one in the hallway near my bedroom door, one in the dining room. Motion activated, he explains. Streams to a private cloud account only you can access. You'll get alerts on your phone. I don't have a smartphone. He sets me up with one. Shows me how to use it. This button here, he says, pointing. Watch live. This one, view recordings. I practice until I understand. He leaves. The house looks exactly the same. But now I can see everything. For years I mistook generosity for love. Now I'm learning the quiet math of self-respect. Wednesday afternoon, my phone buzzes. Motion detected kitchen. I open the app. The camera shows Rebecca standing at the counter, my medication organizer open in front of her. She's switching pills between compartments. Tuesday's blood pressure medication goes into Thursday's slot. Friday's anticoagulant disappears into her pocket. I save the video. Thursday night, another alert.
Motion detected hallway.
Rebecca, sorting through my mail.
She opens an envelope, a statement from my investment account, reads it, folds it, slips it into her purse.
I save that too.
By Friday, I have 6 videos.
Clear evidence. Time stamped. Undeniable.
Ruth calls that evening.
I've filed a protective order, she says.
It prevents them from making any legal or financial decisions on your behalf.
It also alerts Adult Protective Services to investigate the fraud. When do they find out? Monday morning. The sheriff will serve them at the house. My stomach flips. Ruth Justine. Her voice is firm but kind. You're not doing anything wrong. You're protecting yourself. That's not cruelty. That's survival. I close my eyes. She's right. Saturday, I prepare the final piece. A gift box. Medium-sized, wrapped in plain brown paper. Inside, I place a flash drive containing all 6 videos. Copies of the forged documents with Ruth's annotations highlighting each lie. Bank statements showing the unauthorized withdrawals. A printed copy of the trust documents, proof the house is no longer theirs to sell. And a note handwritten on my good stationery, you wanted me gone.
Let's see how well you handle the truth.
I seal the box. I don't know when I'll give it to them. But it's ready. It's funny how silence can sound like thunder when guilt starts to echo. Sunday night, Liam's phone rings at dinner. He glances at the screen, frowns, lets it go to voicemail. It rings again. Rebecca looks up. Who is it? Unknown number. It rings a third time. I sip my water and say nothing. For the first time, I didn't need them to hear me. My silence had already spoken. I send the invitations on a Tuesday. Not emails. Not texts. Real invitations printed on cream cardstock, the kind you use for weddings or funerals or moments that matter. You are cordially invited to a delayed birthday celebration for Justine Marie Brennan.
Saturday, December 14, 6:00 p.m.
Please join us for dinner and an important family announcement. I invite everyone. Rebecca's parents. Liam's college friends. My cousin Diane from Park Slope. Margaret and Susan. Ruth, my lawyer. Even Tommy, Rebecca's cousin, the fake doctor. Rebecca finds the guest list on the kitchen counter Thursday morning. What's this? She sounds confused. I'm pouring coffee, my back to her. My birthday dinner. The real one. I thought it was time. Justine, you don't have to. I want to. I turn, meet her eyes. Family should be together for important moments. Don't you think she hesitates? I can see her brain working, calculating. Then she smiles. Warm. Relieved. Of course. That's really sweet of you. She thinks I'm giving up. That I've accepted my fate. That this dinner is my white flag. She has no idea. Saturday arrives cold and clear. I spend the afternoon cooking. Brisket the way Marcus used to like it. Roasted potatoes. Green beans with almonds. An apple pie cooling on the counter. The house smells like memory. Rebecca helps set the table. She's cheerful, humming under her breath. Liam avoids me, but that's normal now. Billy hugs my waist. Is this really your birthday, Grandma? Close enough, sweetheart? By 6 o'clock, everyone has arrived. The dining room is full. Faces I haven't seen in months. Diane cries when she sees me, pulls me into a tight hug. Justine, my God, where have you been? Right here, I say softly. Always right here. Ruth sits near the back, quiet and watchful. Our eyes meet. She gives me the smallest nod. I'm ready. Dinner is served.
Conversation flows.
Rebecca plays the perfect hostess, laughing, pouring wine, asking about people's lives. I sit at the head of the table and say very little. I just watch. Dessert is finished. Coffee is poured. Then I stand. The room quiets instantly. Thank you all for coming, I begin. My voice is steady. Calm. I know some of you haven't seen me in a while.
Rebecca and Liam have been very protective of my privacy.
Rebecca smiles, gracious.
We just wanted you to rest, Justine. I know what you wanted, I say.
The smile falters.
I reach for the remote on the side table.
Press play. The TV mounted on the wall flickers to life.
Rebecca's voice fills the room crystal clear. Let's be honest, Liam.
She won't make it to 86. And when she's gone, this house is finally ours. The room goes dead silent. Every eye turns to the screen. Then to Rebecca. Then to me.
Rebecca's face drains of color. That's out of context. I press play again.
This time, it's video. Kitchen, camera. Rebecca standing at my medication cabinet switching pills between compartments. Clear. Deliberate. Time stamped.
Someone gasps.
I think it's Diane. Justine. Liam starts to stand. Sit down, I say quietly. He sits. I place a stack of documents on the table. The forged medical letter. The fake guardianship petition. The real estate listing for my house. This, I say, pointing to the signature, is not my handwriting. This Dr. Sandra Patel doesn't exist. And this house I tapped the listing was never theirs to sell. I pull out the final document, the trust papers. As of last Monday, this brownstone and all my assets are in a revocable living trust, with me as the sole trustee. No one can touch them. Not now. Not ever. Rebecca is shaking her head. This is insane. She's confused everyone. She doesn't know what she's saying. I know exactly what I'm saying. Ruth stands, walks forward from the back of the room. Every head turns. My name is Ruth Levine. I'm Mrs. Brennan's attorney. I can confirm that Justine is of sound mind, legally competent, and fully aware of her rights.
She looks directly at Rebecca.
I can also confirm that you and your husband are currently under investigation by Adult Protective Services for elder manipulation, fraud, and financial abuse. The room erupts. Diane's hand flies to her mouth. Margaret stands staring at Rebecca with disgust. Rebecca's mother, sitting near the window, looks like she might faint. Rebecca tries to speak. You don't understand, we were trying to help. I needed nothing, I say. My voice cuts through the chaos like glass, except to be left in peace, in my own home, with my own life. Liam's face has gone gray. He won't look at me, won't look at anyone. Mom, his voice cracks. Don't. One word, that's all it takes. He stops. I look around the room, at the faces of people who loved me, who forgot me, who doubted me. For 50 years, I gave everything to this family. My time, my money, my heart. I thought that's what love meant. My voice doesn't waver. But I was wrong. Love isn't sacrifice without respect. It isn't kindness without boundaries. And it sure as hell isn't letting someone erase you while you're still breathing. I pick up my coffee cup. My hand is steady. This house is mine. My life is mine. And if you can't respect that, I meet Rebecca's eyes. Then you're welcome to leave. No one moves. The silence is absolute.
Then Diane starts to clap.
Slow. Purposeful. Margaret joins her. Then Susan. Then Ruth. The applause builds until it fills the room. Rebecca stands abruptly, chair scraping. This is ridiculous. Liam, we're leaving. Liam doesn't move.
Liam, her voice is shrill now.
Desperate. He finally looks up. At her. Then at me. I'm sorry, Mom, he whispers. I know, I say, but I don't forgive him. Not yet. Rebecca grabs her coat and storms out. The front door slams. Liam follows, head down, shoulders hunched. Billy stays. The room is still, warm, full. Ruth touches my shoulder. You okay? I nod. For the first time in months, I am. After the verdict, silence became my favorite sound. It was the sound of justice finally breathing. I don't need to do anything else. I just watch. The investigation moves fast. Ruth calls me Tuesday morning, 3 days after the dinner. Adult Protective Services has forwarded the case to the district attorney, she says. Rebecca's being charged with financial exploitation of a vulnerable adult. Forgery. Fraud. Possibly more. I'm sitting in my kitchen, the winter light pale and thin through the window. And Liam Ruth pauses. He's named as a co-conspirator. The DA's building a case. I close my eyes, feel nothing. Not grief. Not satisfaction. Just the quiet hum of consequences arriving right on time. Thank you, Ruth. Justine, are you okay? I'm fine, I say. And I mean it, and
By Thursday, the story leaks.
I don't know who talks, maybe someone at the DA's office, maybe one of the guests from the dinner, but by the weekend everyone knows. Park Slope woman, 85, targeted in elder abuse scheme by son and daughter-in-law.
The Brooklyn paper runs it.
Then, the Post picks it up. Diane calls me, breathless. Justine, have you seen? I've seen. Are you all right? Better than I've been in years. And it's true. Liam loses his job first. He worked at a financial services firm in Midtown. Compliance officer. Ironic, really. They let him go quietly, no public statement, just a severance package and an NDA. But word spreads. In industries like that, reputation is currency. He's broke within a month. Rebecca tries to find work, but her name is attached to the case now. Every Google search pulls up the charges. Every interview ends with a polite, "We'll be in touch," that never comes. I hear through Diane that Rebecca's parents stopped returning her calls.
Shame has a way of spreading through families like smoke.
They move out of the brownstone the second week of January. I don't ask them to leave. The police do. Ruth files an eviction notice based on the protective order. A sheriff's deputy shows up at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday with papers and instructions. I'm not there. I don't need to be. But Diane is.
She watches from across the street and calls me later.
They looked.
Small, she says quietly.
Rebecca was crying. Liam just kept loading boxes into a U-Haul, staring at the ground. Where did they go? I don't know. Somewhere in Queens, I think. I don't ask for the address. Billy stays with me.
Rebecca's mother came and got him the day after the dinner.
Temporary custody while the case is investigated. She brings him to visit me twice a week. He's confused, scared, angry at everyone. Why can't I go home? He asks me one afternoon, sitting at my kitchen table with hot chocolate. Because your parents made some very bad choices, sweetheart. Are they going to jail? I don't lie to him. I don't know. Maybe. He cries. I hold him. This is the part that still hurts. Liam calls me once. Late February. 11 p.m. I almost don't answer, but I do. Mom. His voice is broken. Hollow. I say nothing. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know how it got, so he stops. Breathes. Please, Mom. I need you buried me while I was alive. The words come out cold. Calm. True. I know, he whispers. I know. But I'm your son. You stopped being my son the moment you signed those papers. Silence on the line. Then, quietly, I love you. I loved you too, I say. Past tense. I hang up. I don't hear from him again. People ask me how I feel about it all. Margaret. Susan. Diane. Even Ruth. Do you feel vindicated? Ruth asks over coffee one afternoon in March. I think about it. No, I say finally. I feel quiet. She nods, understanding. I didn't need to ruin them, I continue. Their lies had already done that. It's true. Rebecca and Liam had built their future on sand on my death, on forged papers, on the assumption that I was too old, too weak, too kind to fight back. And when the truth came, the foundation collapsed. I didn't push them. Gravity did. I see Rebecca once, by accident, in April. I'm at the farmer's market on Grand Army Plaza. She's at the far end near the flower stand, looking tired and thin in a coat I don't recognize. Our eyes meet. She freezes. I don't smile. Don't frown. Just look at her the way you'd look at a stranger on the subway.
She turns and walks away quickly, head down.
I buy tulips. Yellow ones. For my kitchen table. That night, I sit by the window and watch the streetlights flicker on. The house is mine again. Quiet. Warm. Safe. I think about Marcus. About the life we built here. About Liam, the boy I raised, and the man he became. I don't cry. Some debts don't need to be collected. Life has its own way of balancing the books. I finish my tea, turn off the lights, and sleep for the first time in months without fear. After the noise fades, what's left isn't victory, it's understanding. I'm sitting in my kitchen on a Sunday morning in late November, exactly 1 year and 2 weeks after the birthday that changed everything. The light comes through the window soft and golden, the kind of light that makes you believe in second chances. I'm 86 years old today. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm free. And that I've learned is the only revenge that matters. Ruth is in the living room setting up chairs.
Diane's in the hallway hanging streamers. She insisted even though I told her I didn't need them.
Margaret and Susan are in the kitchen with me arranging cookies on a platter, arguing gently about whether the chocolate chips are too small. It's a small gathering. 12 people, maybe 15. Not the grand affairs I used to throw when Liam was young, when the house was full of noise and life, and the future felt infinite. But it's enough. Billy's here too. Rebecca's mother brings him every other weekend now. The custody arrangement is temporary, but it's working. He's adjusting. Slowly. He hugs me when he arrives, whispers "Happy birthday, Grandma" into my shoulder, and I feel my heart crack open, just a little. Some wounds don't close. They just become part of you. At 3 o'clock, everyone gathers in the living room.